Alright, so this is my business update for April, for last month. Every month, I do monthly updates of what I've been doing the last month, talking about everything from top to bottom, from how many clients I closed, to how much money I made for my clients, to how much money I made for myself. So we're going to touch everything in this video, so stay tuned till the end, because in the end I'm going to reveal how much money I made, if I made any. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. So first and foremost, what are the goals that I had to accomplish? So let me take this real quick so I can remember a little better. So I had to book 30 appointments for one of my clients who's an agency owner who targets dental practices, okay, and he helps them add to 150K a year to their bottleneck. Then to book 15 appointments, hopefully you can see this, 15 appointments for other 2 agency clients, and in continuing to the channel, I help agency owners with their acquisition, so simply getting more appointments and more clients that I can make more money. So to get 15 appointments for 2 other agency clients, so one is targeting e-com brands and the other one is targeting landscapers in the UK. The last 2 ones are to post 4 videos on YouTube and 2 to 4 reels on Instagram. And long story short, I just managed to accomplish the YouTube uploads, which is actually pretty sad. And it's also pretty hilarious at the same time. And this is even if I worked 201 hours. Yeah, 201 hours in 1 month. And I'm talking about fully focused hours. I'm not talking about rambling, watching videos or stuff like unproductive things. Now I'm talking about productive hours. So I think that this goes to tell you more than any productivity video that hours that you put in, how many hours you work, are now equal to how much money you make. I still didn't manage to book any calls for my clients. I've even missed all the uploads on Instagram. And if you're wondering, I've tested so many things for all of my clients. I've tested different channels, such as cold email, so emails, DMs on IG. I split tested different emails, different outreach scripts for DMs, and different looms, different VSLs, all these kind of things. But at the end of the day, the results are not there. So those are the things that they're important, right? At the end of the day, it's all about results. It's not about, this woo stuff and testing. Yeah, all this testing is useful to then find the thing that works and that brings real results for clients or for yourself, for a system in general. But nonetheless, I'm content, because at the end of the day, you always learn things. And I've failed so many times that this is a very good thing in my opinion, because the more you fail and the sooner you realize and you find what actually works and what actually brings results, what actually makes you money. And for example, I'm going to just give you an example. Last month, I've worked 200 hours, okay? And I failed, let's say, 50 times, just to throw it out there. But if I were to fail half, then I would have had to do double the work next month, or my competitors would have to do double the work next month in order to catch up with me. You know what I'm saying? Because they might have found, your competitors might find what works sooner than you, okay? But it's not always going to be like that, because there's always going to be hurdles, there's always going to be challenges and problems in business. So the more you fail, the better. So related to failure, which is a very big lesson that I've learned last month, I want to tell you 3 lessons that I've learned last month. So the first one is to never fully trust, quote unquote, your clients. Don't take what they say for gold. Instead, do what is right. Do what it's supposed to do. Do what it's correct. Don't always rely on them. Don't always trust them, because what ends up happening is that they assume that they hired you because they don't know how to solve that problem, or they don't have the time to solve that problem. And so you came in as a solution to their problem. And if you're trusting them on a specific thing, so for example, on scripting a YouTube video based on how they want it to be done, then they will, by default, they will have the same results, because the rules of the game will be the same, right? If that makes sense. But if you change the rules because they're not working, right? Because they hire you because they have problems, and you change them up, they might not work, okay? But guess what? You try once, you try twice, you try 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. So that's why I'm saying, and then eventually it will work. That's why I'm saying that failure, it's a good thing, because eventually within failure, there's success after failure, but before you have to fail. So never fully trust your clients, okay? Do what is right to do, which is testing, testing, testing. And if you know what you're doing, just do what you're doing, right? Then, don't think in tactics, but in first principles. And this is so important. I can't even stress it enough. Like, first principles are the fundamental, like it's a fundamental truth of anything. So if you, for example, if you look at videos on YouTube because you want to be a YouTuber, you want to just post content like I'm doing right now, and you want to look out for thumbnails, I say. You want to get better at creating thumbnails that attract people to click. And you look at, I don't know, Iman Gadzhi's thumbnails or Mr. Beast thumbnails, and you see like a crazy face or very bright colors. And this doesn't mean that bright colors or like a crazy face on a thumbnail will work for your videos or for your channel, because you're simply copying tactics. This is just tactic. It's not a fundamental truth that if you do like a crazy face or like special kind of editing in videos or all this kind of stuff, then if you copy it, then it will work for you. No, because it's not a fundamental truth, right? Fundamental truth might be that, like, when you look at a thumbnail or whatever you're looking at, just ask yourself why. Like, why does this work? Or why does this work for this specific YouTuber? Like for anything, right? So look out for the fundamental truth. Like why? Keep asking why to yourself till you can't ask it to yourself anymore. Yeah, first principles, super duper important. Always think clearly about first principles, and always come down to the fundamental truth, and not the tactics. I learned this the hard way, so get it from me. Then we have before testing strategies and approaches. You guys just making sure that my mic works. So before testing strategies and approaches, think deeply, okay? Think deeply and clearly. Because, for example, I'm going to give you an example about last month. So I was testing for one of my clients, the agency owner who targets dentists. I've tested different emails, so different email copies, okay? The emails that I sent to them, thinking that was a problem because I wasn't getting any result, any book calls for him. But it really wasn't. Well, while it might have been the problem, the thing is that the system that enables us to get appointments is not only composed and also made by email copy, is made also by the subject line, even though it's tied in with the email copy. Then there's the deliverability, there's the leads, there's the environment, so the conditions of the dentist, if they have time to watch looms, if they, I don't know, all these things that are tying together. And I was just thinking about the email copy and the subject line. Those are the only things, even though I wasn't even taking into consideration the leads, which are the most, like, probably the most important thing. Like, it's 80% of the results you're gonna get. Because even if the email copy is amazing, and then the leads go into the workflow, and they're trash, then you're gonna get trash results. Because people who are gonna book a call, they're not gonna be qualified. Especially if you have a very strict qualification process for your offer. And so what I mean by all this is that I've wasted weeks, like I wasted more than a month probably, just by testing stuff that wasn't even important. Because if the leads are not good, then the message doesn't mean anything. It's not important, it's not relevant. So think clearly, and if you can't think clearly, just, if you have a mentor, just go to your mentor, go to your coach, whoever you have, friends, and call them up, or just in a group call. Not just by yourself, but just also think with them and try to find like a solution before you test up. Well, you could have put that time in a more leveraged way, which would have been way better for yourself and for your client. So you also avoid churn and all that kind of stuff. So talking about goals for this month, it can be 3. So the first one is finding a way to get amazing leads for that client, for the dentist client, and a winning script. Okay, because once I have the right inputs, so good deliverability and good leads that are qualified, then I just need to find the winning script. But yeah, basically structure that and fix all the systems for that client. Then also try LinkedIn for my ecom client, and also probably like find a winning strategy over there as well. And also finding a winning script for my landscaping client, because for him we had a bunch of problems because he's not replying to my messages, even though because Instagram, like the DMs on IG didn't work at all. So if you're helping landscaping companies, or you're helping like agency owners with their acquisition who target landscaping companies, I would stay far away from IG, because it doesn't really work. I've tested so many things. I've tested link magnets, straight out offers, sending 60 voice notes per day, personalized and everything. So it doesn't really work. And now, in fact, we want to test Facebook, but he's not giving me the login for Facebook, so I can't even send in DMs. Because also with this client, we're doing cold email. So now I've just paid someone on Fiverr to scrape a bunch of good leads, a bunch of qualified leads and landscaping companies in the UK for me, so that, because I can't really do that, and I don't even have the time, honestly, to do it. So good leads, and just need to test a lot of things and find a winning script, and that's about it for that client. And yeah, and then the last one is to post 12 videos, like bare minimum of 3 videos per week on YouTube, and find what to do, on Instagram, because I don't really have a strategy in place for IG. I don't really know what to post. If to post like more valuable things or stuff that's meant to go viral in this specific sector, so in the business space, such as, I don't know, like routines or this kind of stuff. I don't know. I just figured that it could definitely increase my reach, and I think that for my future, I think it could be a good strategy. Because for Instagram, it's not like an educational platform like YouTube. You don't really want to go there and annoy people with all this kind of stuff. Like, people on Instagram are in a different mood, I guess. Like when people go on Instagram to look at stories and scroll basically their feed. That's basically what people do, right? So I want to create engaging content, but I don't really know how to edit. I don't know how to choose the right music, and I don't even know how much time it's going to take. So I'm going to leave that idea on the side and think about it for a few weeks, and then come up with a strategy. Then I could also come up with a strategy of not posting anything on Instagram or on TikTok. Maybe eventually I'm going to repost the stuff that I post on IG also on TikTok. So yeah, guys, that being said, I made $0 in April. But I guess you already guessed that. But at this point of the video, if you watched all the video, by the way, I love you. But yeah, $0. So pretty bad, but it's fine. As far as we're learning, we're doing the things that we're supposed to do, and we're working up every day, enjoying the work, and getting at it, and finding, being excited of what's about to happen, because you never know. Anything could happen from today to tomorrow. So that being said, I'm going to see you not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to go to Milan. I'm going to take a little break, but yeah, hopefully I'm going to see you in 2 days. So that being said, peace.